G'day guys, my name is Lord Tomo. Welcome to another Sonic the Hedgehog toy item collectible review. As you know, I'm Lord Tomo, and we have the blue here. Got on Sonic the Hedgehog. He's doing absolutely nothing because it's cold here in Australia. That's why I'm going to be doing a very awesome review. We're going to have a summer Sonic because that's totally justifiable in the grand scheme of things, especially in Australia. This is a Sonic the Hedgehog, or the way I purchased it anyway, a Sonic the Hedgehog Summer Surf Plush by Joypolis. I'm just going to call it Sonic the Hedgehog Summer Surf Plush by Joypolis because that's what it is. Now, I know I made mention before that I don't collect plushes. That's still more or less true-ish, kind of. Not really, because lately I've been picking up a lot of plushies throughout my time, and I figured, you know, I picked the best of the best, and I've got to review the best of the best. I definitely recommend you guys pick this up for several reasons. I'm obviously going to go through them as I'm going to more or less go through the details of this plushie just to let you guys know. So let's get into the finer details. This plushie was, if I can hold him properly, it's like replacing one Sonic with another. This plushie was released in Japan exclusively. It was not released anywhere in the US or in Europe or Australia, as our luck tends to give us the horrible hand of justice. So essentially this was released in a theme park in Japan called Joypolis. I can never pronounce it right. Joypolis. I'm just going to pronounce it as Joypolis. Essentially, long story short, it's a theme park, Sega predominantly, kind of like Sega World in Australia, but it's more exclusive to Sega stuff and IPs and all that sort of stuff, and of course Sonic the Hedgehog. We have various different ones. I have this one, I have a Christmas one, and I'm looking at possibly getting two more other ones, but that's a bit depends sort of thing. But look, I definitely like these sort of plushies, and I'm definitely going to give you my two takes on this. So let's get into the actual review. So yeah, you can purchase this in kind of like, as far as I'm aware, correct me if I'm wrong, as limited release. So for example, every year I guess they release a new one depending on the season and an event or anything of that nature. As far as I'm aware, I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. So essentially what makes this plushie superbly awesome is a few finer details. The overall stuffing of this is, for the most part, I think cotton, and that is one of the major bonuses. There's no areas of misstuffing. By that I mean there's no slinky bits or anything of that nature, which I think is exceptionally phenomenal for the era of plush, because as you probably are aware, most plushes, not all of them, but some of them do have kind of like understuffing, where for example the head might be perfect but his arm might be misstuffing at the shoulder joints, for instance. Other than that, extremely awesome balding effect, or is that what you would call them? Bulging effect, basically kind of giving his actual eyelids there, which is awesome. Great fun details over there. You have his nose phenomenally stuffed as well, so I'll just flick it on the side there. Extremely well pointed, phenomenal in that sense. His actual eyes, one of the major things I don't like about collecting plushies in general is just the eye details, because mostly it's a sticker or non-sticker, but this one, I don't know if you can actually see it, it's actually stitched all around his eye and pupil, which is phenomenal. So you have green outlining, black, and the white little thing gives it an awesome effect. Also, what I've particularly found interesting about this plushie in particular is, as you have his smirk of a smile, which is awesome attention to detail, it's actually brown opposed to the traditional black. I don't know if it was just mine that came with it, or it's faded in. It doesn't look faded out to me at all. It looks the way it's stitched, so I guess it is what it is. Now, other than that, you have his overall thick, fat head, which is awesome. Each spike is extremely well stuffed, and you actually have his back, which marks every single, I guess, thing. His quills, and you have two ones out there, and you have his tail out there. Awesome attention to detail, awesome stuffing as well. I keep saying stuffing, it sounds so messed up, which is awesome. Of course, you have his both hands. Now, this is not the conventional sense. It's very traditional in terms of how they do the fingerings of the actual hand, where they just do like stitchings across the fingers just to divide them, just to say that he has, the fingers, which is awesome. You have, of course, a little glove sleeve, and if you flip it around, you have more glove sleeves as well. So attention to detail there, pretty awesome. His thumb is massive, can't complain there. His feet are phenomenal as well, as you also have his like little stockings, so you can pull it all the way back down. You have his buckle, which is awesome, and you have his sole of the shoe. Now, I think this is a new edition. I haven't checked out my other ones. At the very bottom, it has JP, which I guess is Joypolis, the signal there to say this has been released in Japan. Now, what makes this plush pretty much different from the other ones that I have is it has a Summer Surf sort of theme to it. And by that I mean it actually has like what are these called? Beads? No, Hawaiian flower beads, I guess what it is. Essentially it's not loose, it is attached, as you can see there, and essentially is meant to symbolize, you know, the Hawaiian thing, you know, put around the person's neck, kind of a whole surfer-ish-esque sort of theme to it. But the other bonus is the actual surfboard itself, which is phenomenal, and you won't be able to see it, but it says Sonic throughout the whole thing. This is obviously stitched on it, so it can't actually move or bulge, which I don't have an issue with that at all whatsoever. At the actual side here, this is all material based. You have like a cardboard, as far as I'm aware. It could be polyester or something, I don't know, but it kind of feels like a hard cardboard, which can be bent if you so desire. Of course, that it is what it is. And as per the name of surfboards, you have like little, I don't even know what they're called, spikes, thins, as adds grip. I really don't know. I'm not a surfer kind of dude. Now, what I do like about any and all plushies is the actual fact of where they actually have the tag. Now, I'm going to see if I can do it, but you have the tag here, which is over there. It's pretty hard to see, but to pay homage to the actual surfer theme, you have Sonic there, which doesn't actually have much of a, you know, surfer theme-esque sort of thing, but you kind of have Sonic the Hedgehog and it has Joypolis. At the very back, it has a bunch of Japanese information and a QR code. Never actually tested it, but yeah, it looks like it says here SegaPrize.com, so I guess you can win this as a prize, my guess maybe. But overall, the overall stitching is phenomenal. It's superb in every conceivable way, and extremely a nice addition to any, I guess, if you're a plush collector, it's especially awesome to have in your collection, either as a standing guy or how I have it, as just sitting there and just cruising out there with his surfboard. I have another one of this. I might be planning on getting more of the Joypolis plushies simply because they're all awesome, great attention to details. Then again, a lot of stuff that tends to come from Japan tends to be great in terms of quality. Nothing, not to bag, of course, America or any other countries. I have a few UK plushies as well, which I will review down the track, of course, which are great as well. But yeah, this and a few other plushies tend to really sell me in the whole, you know, getting into the whole collecting. I'm not going to go religiously hardcore with collecting these sort of plushies. I'm going to nitpick and find the ones that I personally like. I forgot to mention these great, you can bend them around. But yeah, it's superb. I did get this at a very pricey cost. I think I got about $120. Extremely pricey. The other one I purchased for about $100, but yeah, extremely pricey, I know, but it was a must. It's generally a must. It's Sonic on a surfboard. Unique, special, has a tag. I forgot to mention, it's got like a little, you know, emblem there. Yeah. Well, guys, tell me what you think of this plushie, if you have it or you don't have it, or your general jits on what it. I personally enjoy it. I think it's awesome to have in any edition of any collection of sorts. Of course, if you're into collecting these sort of plushies, by all means go ahead and get it. If not, you have gotten them. If you're not, especially me, I'm not a hardcore plushie sort of collector. This one sold me amongst other ones. I'll probably say Rarity. Maybe I'm not too in the know-how on these sort of things. My guess is probably maybe a 6.5 or maybe 7 stars out of 10 in terms of rarity. I don't see this often, and when I did find it, I was actually gobsmacked in terms of, you know, the quality and just the overall design of it. So I'll probably say 6.5, 7 stars out of 10. Correct me if I'm wrong. If this is common, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Who knows? You might be looking at about $100 price range. It is expensive. You know, that is what it is. But I think it's kind of worth your money if you have money to burn. I unfortunately do have money to burn, not to obviously rub it into people's face. I got this from a Japanese seller who I think, if I recall correctly, because I have this for a while, she sends me a picture. She said, "Do you have this?" I said no. She bought it. Awesome, congratulations. I moved on. You know, guys, let me know what you think of this. I think this is a phenomenal little plushie. You know, it really encapsulates the awesomeness of the overall design. But of course, let me know in the comments below if you like it or you hate it or you whatever your thoughts on it. Anyway guys, thank you so much for checking out this review. Stay for next week for more reviews. Peace on, speed on, and take care.